Welcome to Larry's Library, and we're not in the unboxing room. This is a kind of an experiment, this episode, if you will, to see if I can do unboxings here in the library. So I had to bring in a little bit of an extra table here. Not sure what to call this one yet. I don't know. I think this is the unboxing desk. Yeah, let's go with that. The unboxing desk. Now, why am I not in the unboxing room? Well, I won't say I got kicked out, because I didn't really get kicked out, but I sort of preemptively moved because that room is eventually going to more or less belong to my granddaughter when she's over here with us. So, got to make room. So, I got 2 boxes from InStockTrades.com, my preferred vendor for all things collected edition. But before I get to that, I did pick this up at a local shop. Well, how good that'll show up here. Let's see. This is Savage Sword of Conan, issue number 11. This is the new Titan series. I've been collecting these. I'm still quite a bit behind reading them. I think I'm at issue 5 or 6. So I'm rapidly catching up on these. I'm reading like one a week until I'm totally caught up. Been loving it. I mean, it has its ups and downs. They're not all perfect. It's about like the original Savage Sword. I mean, people have fond memories of those being great, and they were great. But everything in those books were not great. There were some things that just didn't work. And it's the same can be said for this new series. But overall, I am loving it. So pick that up if you yearn for the old Savage Sword black and white magazine. We have its modern incarnation right here. Let me see if I can get a little bit better shot with it out of the bag. Maybe. How's that look? Now, one thing about this new setup is I can get a little bit closer to the camera here than I could with the setup I had in the unboxing room. So, we might prefer that. We being me and my viewers. So, you let me know if you like the shot, if this is okay for what I'm doing here. Now, let's see what I do with this now. That's the other thing. What can I reach from here? I mean, I can always wheel out of the frame, cut that out, and come. Okay. Let's start with the small box. Neither one of them are very small, but let's see what I can show you here in the shot. Okay, we'll open this one up first. So, it wasn't too long ago I already had an unboxing, but that was actually for my October orders. This is my November orders. And I tell you, there was more stuff come out this month than I could afford to get with my self-imposed budget. So I got the 2 big books that were on my list for this month. And there's a couple of small books I just can't afford to get this month. And it's hopefully going to have to happen next month for December's haul. And I'm hoping, like anything, they don't sell out. And what I'm talking about is the next ElfQuest hardcover is out. And there is a new Richard Corbin hardcover. I think might be Rat God, might be the next one. It's coming out this month, and I'm not going to be able to get it because with these 2 purchases, I can't order anymore until next month. So, hopefully they won't sell out. I don't think the previous volumes have sold out, or at least not that fast. So, we'll see what happens. But I just can't buy everything, and I certainly can't buy everything at once. That's for sure. Oh, what do we got here? Check it out. We got lots of bubble wrap. Check out how it is nestled down in there. Get rid of my invoice. And we can see what we got here. Check it out. Nestled down in there in a nice little custom insert. See how that works? You can take that out of there, but it's stuck in there right now. I'm going to leave it. Set this aside. This is one I've been waiting for a while. This is the Incredible Hulk Omnibus Volume 3. See how good that shot comes out, huh? Got the Herb Trimpe cover. Look at that. Yeah, I think this is probably a Herb Trimpe, probably inked by Marie Severin, if I had to guess. She inked a lot of his stuff back then, and it looks like her work. Fantastic inker she was. Great penciler, too. She was very underrated and doesn't get talked about enough, but she was awesome. So I have been reading these Incredible Hulks as they come out pretty much. So I've read Volume 1 and Volume 2, and now I'm going to get to read Volume 3. Look at all that goodness it collects. Love this era of Incredible Hulk. I think it's mostly Roy Thomas stuff as far as writing, and probably a whole lot of Herb Trimpe in here, like the previous volume. So I am happy to get this. Love that cover with Dr. Doom. Just love it. Hopefully I'll find out in the edit if I'm leaving these up long enough, because I think in some of the ones before I don't leave it up long enough time frame for the sensor there to focus on the image before I pull it back down. So I'm working on that. It should get better. Let's see if I can get this stuff out of the way. Now, one thing switching to the unboxing desk here in the library is it's going to kind of force me to clean up as I go. You know, with doing it in the back room like I was doing before, I'd leave all this stuff, just all the cardboard and the packing peanuts and whatnot. I'd leave that stuff sitting there for weeks on end until it was in my way. You know, I have to clean it up. I don't really want to do that now because I spend a lot of time here in the library and I'm not going to want to walk through that stuff. So, side benefit, bonus, I'm going to have to clean up after myself a lot more frequently. So, that's a good thing. All right. Now, for the big boy. Another IST. Now, this book was something that got away from me first time around. I've talked about it in previous videos, so you may have remembered me bitching about this, but this thing, when it came out, let me try that cut again. It sold out in minutes, literally, on InStockTrades.com. I was there at 11 o'clock my time, and that's when the new catalog stuff goes up. And I mean, as soon as this listing came up, I hit the buy button, had it in my cart, and before it could switch to the PayPal screen, it was telling me, item is no longer available. So it literally sold out in like 12 or 13 minutes. So this is the restock. Finally happened. My invoice out of the way. So yeah, the restock finally came through. Check out the packing here. In Stock Trades cannot be beat. Best packing in the business right here. Let's see if I can get this out. Didn't spare the bubbles here. Let's see here. This custom little manufacturer box kind of reminds me of the boxes that Absolutes come in. They come in a little insert like this if you've ever bought a brand new DC Absolute. Alright. And I did not cut through and damage this beautiful tome. So I'm happy about that. Check it out. This is the one I was talking about that sold out in like 12 minutes flat when it first came out on InStockTrades.com. Here's the back cover. Check that out. Look at the spine on this beautiful volume. Look at that. Huh? Is that gorgeous? Wow, this is a big one. Yeah, this book is pretty special to me. I mean, one, for the fantastic Andy Park art that is in here. Not just Andy Park, but that's the main one doing the bulk of these first, I don't know, what is it, 24 issues or so, something like that, of the Tomb Raider that came out in the late 90s. But this is kind of special to me because this was the book, you might say, kind of brought me back to comic books, because I set out most of the 90s, you know. Did not collect or read during most of the 90s. And towards the latter part of the 90s, 97, 98, 99, right in there, I got back in slowly. And one of the first things I started collecting was Top Cow's Tomb Raider series. And it was mainly on the strength of this beautiful art that's in here. And so that kind of brought me back. So yeah, I am happy to get this. I had all these singles. I sold quite a bit of them off when I, you know, shrank my single collection and started buying collected editions. And I did sell a lot of these off. I kept a few choice ones. Some of them were autographed by different people, like Adam Hughes, you know, covers. I got a couple Michael Turner autograph copies with his covers. So yeah, I kept those. But I sold off most of the rest, hoping that one day it would get a nice collected edition treatment. And here it is. There's going to be a volume 2. Hopefully, when volume 2 comes out, I think it's pretty soon. I don't have my notes in front of me on that, but pretty soon. I'm hoping, like anything, that they have the letters pages intact, because volume 2 should have the issue with my letter that got published. It's not in this one, but yeah, I forget which issue. I want to say 30, 29, 30, somewhere around in there. So it should be collected in the next one, if there's any letters pages in here. I don't know. You tell me if you already have this. So here's what I picked up for my November haul. And the magazine. It's over there. I'm not going to grab it, but this is what I got. Hope you like taking a quick look at these. And let me know what you think. There's some glare there. Let's see if I can get rid of it. There we go. Let me know what you think of the new setup. Does the unboxing desk work for you? Hopefully it works, because this will be a lot easier for me if I can get out of the back room. So here we go. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.